Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Chris here from Big Sports News, Axe Rotation, however the flip you know, man, these interwebs. And today I'm going to be bringing you guys something really, really quick, to be honest with you, just because I don't really have any insanely pressing ideas for content today. So just wanted to get a little topic video out to you guys and talk to something that's on the horizon potentially, or speak to a situation that is rather. So one thing that we've heard recently is that Ben J. Nassim, we all know, co-host of The Flank, claims that a player agent said there will be 4 teams making a roster change. So I guess one of the player agents was told that 4 teams are going to be making roster changes, and Ben said this is a pretty reputable agent for a lot of like the top players. So this is pretty reputable, trustworthy information. So I'm going to first look at the 4 teams that I think are the teams in question to be making changes, right? And speculate on who that oh so questionable 4th team might be. And then we're going to talk about what the changes might be. So let's start with the teams that could be making changes, well, that imminently will be making changes according to Ben. So in my opinion, Boston Breach, right? We already heard in the past that Cammy and Purge were on the chopping block. They got a great win last week against the Riyadh Falcons, but I feel like that team still looks pretty hopeless, right? Like they really need to make a change. Toronto Koi, obviously they already made a change, as we know. Yesterday they announced they picked up Kips in place of Real, but I think there's a good chance that this is just a trial weekend where they try Kips, Kips, Insight, Kleenex, and Joe Deceives, and if things don't go well with Insight, then my guess would be that Real maybe comes back, but I don't know. So if things don't go well with Insight, they might dip into Challengers again. They might bring Real back. Who knows? So Toronto's potentially one of the 4 teams. I'm pretty sure Vancouver will make a change. I feel like it's likely that they get rid of Abe. Not sure who they bring in. We'll talk about that in a second. And Cloud9, I mean, I could see them making another change, but that kind of wouldn't make sense because they just fielded that roster. So my guess is that the 4th team that will make a change is the Falcons, just because Kismet has been playing not too bad. And we'll talk more about why the Falcons might make a change in a minute. So my guess is it's either going to be Falcons or Cloud9 is that last team that makes a change, just because Ravens doesn't make a lot of sense. They just picked up Exceed, and we all know that Ravens is not really an org with the deepest pockets, so I don't see them making a lot of team changes, especially fresh off of a relatively recent one, right? Coming out of the major one break, the Christmas break, right? Like Exceed just got on the roster like start of January, so I feel like they're going to give him some time, and I don't think Ravens make a change right now. They probably feel like they're in a position where that team had a bad major one performance, but they can get better, and they should stick. So yeah, let's look at the different teams. Different players in the available talent pool. So as you guys can see, I'm looking at the Elite Stage 1 playoffs because that's really the most important challengers competition that we've seen other than Major 1. So, but right now we're online, so that's why I'm looking at this as a, bit of information to tell us who is potentially going to get picked up. So, of course, at the top we had P7, but I think that honestly the best chance for a team like, let's say, Vancouver to improve is, let's say you dip into Challengers, right? I actually played Darkside in pubs a few days ago. He's really cracked. I was leveling up some guns, and dude was frying me. I could not get a kill, but I wasn't using meta weapons, so it's like, it is what it is. Of course, he's going to be killing me way faster with a draw, but I can see why he's a top-tier Challengers player. That brother was beaming. So my guess is that for Falcons, just to touch on this pretty quickly, my guess is that QK probably comes in for Kismet if they're getting rid of somebody. My guess would be that Kismet would be the person on the chopping block. He's been the one that hasn't been playing as well as could be expected. Exon has been playing really well. Pred, he's been up and down, but he's been pretty much Pred, and Cell has been Cell. So my guess is that Kismet for QK is the Falcons move if Falcons are making a move. And then my guess for the Boston Breach is probably a 2-person change. Ironically, I think they probably pick up Geo. And then in terms of ARs, in terms of SMGs, they could go in so many directions, but I hope they pick up Darkside. That would be kind of cool, just because I recently played against him. But, I don't know, man. It's such a toss-up. They could pick up literally anybody at this point. Maybe Big Cap. I could see them picking up Big Cap. He's been having a pretty good year in Challengers from what I've heard. Maybe Pro Loot. Asim wouldn't be a bad choice, right? Bring him back to Boston again. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like probably Geo or Wake. Maybe Wake comes back to Boston after he was just on Boston last season. But yeah, my guess would probably be Geo, right? That would make sense. Maybe like Yuli or Two Real, two crack subs who typically haven't been given the chance they deserve. Yuli's been frying for years. I could see Yuli being a pickup going to Boston. That would be a really good pickup for them. Pair him with Snoopy. I feel like that'd be a good move. So let's say Boston will pick up Yuli and Geo. Let's say that they start with some new blood, not picking up Wake again. We'll say Yuli and Geo. So Toronto Koi, they probably are going to get rid of Insight. That'd be my guess. Honestly, I could see them going for Nasty, like the rumors have said, but most people are thinking that they go for Kenny. I see them going for Kenny. I mean, you need leadership on that team more than you need slang, right? And pace, because I think Kips is definitely going to up the pace. Joe Deceives and Kleenex are super fast. And then if you have a guy like Kenny, I feel like he's a better fit for that team overall. He's always been a pretty fast AR and flex player, and obviously an SMG. So I like the Kenny pickup for that Toronto team. I feel like it would make them a lot better, and it would like really complement all the other players that they have much better than picking up someone like Nasty, who's going to be a little bit more of just an iron boot player, but like more of a fundamental IGL, right? Vancouver Surge, I think they'd make an SMG play, honestly. I feel like whatever SMG is left on the board at that point, right? Like, I don't know. It's kind of a question mark. So they could pick up anybody on the table, people I want to see picked up. I would like to see, hmm, hmm, maybe Eric Boom. Maybe Eric Boom pick up. He's been in the league before on Heretics, obviously, in a substitute role, but we've never seen him get into the league. It would be cool to see him get in. Maybe like Yuli, Two Real, somebody like that. I mean, you never know. Maybe they pick up another Huntsman guy. That's probably pretty likely because, the Huntsman players are really good, so that's a likelihood. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. What do you guys think about potential challengers players? I'm not as well versed in challengers as I am in the CDL scene, so yeah, let me know what you guys think down below if you disagree with some of my thoughts on the teams that will be making changes or the prospective changes that they will be making. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think. If you agree, then obviously let me know, please. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Hope you have a great morning, noon, or night, like I always say on these videos. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. And like I said, hope you have a great morning, noon, or night. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Once again, this is Chris from Fake Sports News, X Rotation, however the flip, man, these interwebs. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.